And welcome back, you guys, to another episode of Macho Toy Collection. I'm your boy Junior, and in today's video, we're going to be talking about Marvel Legends 3-pack Daredevil, Elektra, and Bullseye. Stay tuned. So first up, we are going to be talking about Daredevil. One thing I really like is that it really matches the comic book version with that all red. That's the Daredevil I really grew up knowing, honestly, which is really nice to have. That's why I put effort into buying this figure. But the one thing that's really like a gripe for me, if you see right here the logo, Daredevil's logo right here on his chest, it's really hard to see, especially like you have to like really squint. I wish they made that like pop out a little bit more. That's kind of disappointing, honestly, when it comes to this figure. But I mean, they could have added more details in not articulation, but just more details into this figure, honestly, just to make it pop out more. I mean, like, we're spending all this money for just this. Like, come on now, like, this 3-pack needs to be like super nice, right? But there's a lot of cons. But yeah, we'll talk about that more. One thing I really like is the details when it comes to his face. As you can tell right here, his like by his cheekbones, like you can see the sculpting right there, which is super nice. I really like that, you know, from the lips, the red eyes, the horns. You know, when I think of Daredevil, that's exactly what I think of, right? I really dig, you know, like the belt not like being super loose, and I love this drop holster right here on the side for his weapons. That's super clean. But yeah, man, I just wish that they added more detail to this figure's body. It'd be really nice. But the one thing I really love about this body sculpt in general is that it's in comparison to Spider-Man's body sculpt from the Renew Your Vows 2-pack series, which is so nice because for me, these figures, Hasbro, listen, these figures need to go, from going forward, they need to be the same body sculpt, especially for certain superheroes like Spider-Man, like Daredevil, like Wolverine, like the list goes on that are very athletic. We want to pose them for certain, we want to pose them in certain positions because, you know, why not? Like, it would be great to have those type of articulations, but that's just my low gripe too. But I really love the fact that this has the same body sculpt as the Renew Your Vows Spider-Man series. But I'm let me get off my high horse. Let's talk about the accessories that Daredevil comes with. Stay tuned. So you can see right here that Daredevil comes with one additional accessory hands. Of course, they're in the shape of fist, which is super nice. And of course, the ones that he has on his body sculpt right here are basically gripping hands, basically for the next thing I'm going to show you. His two little batons right here, which are super nice. I really like that. They do come with little holes right here to where you can put the 2-wire accessories that it comes with as well. As you can tell right here, you just have one end and you just pop it in. Of course, you have the other end right here. Popping it in. Bam. There you go. It's like if he were to hold his baton. Hold on. Right there. And it's like if he's throwing it, honestly, which is super nice. And there you go. Him holding his baton, and I like the way that they designed the wires to where it's like it feels like they're in motion in a way where he's throwing it at his opponent, right, which is super awesome. I really like that. Let me show you the other wire, and let me show you the other wire. Give me 1 second. So I put the accessory wired on the two batons. I really love, just going back, I really love how they add the wires to where like they're in movement. When I think of Daredevil, he's always throwing these two batons around and displaying this Daredevil as though like he's leaping in the air. This is a great accessory wire, figure, or great accessory to have for your figure, which is super awesome. The one thing I do not like though, and this is my other gripe, is that he doesn't come with an additional head sculpt, which is super odd because the head sculpt that we get for this figure, he's very just mellow and relaxed. But I wish that they had a more angrier head sculpt to where like he's in fight mode, say against like Kingpin, and it's just like I just wish that they came with an additional head sculpt for this figure. Elektra did, and also Bullseye, but not Daredevil, which is shocking. I don't know why they did that. Hasbro, can you explain yourself, please? But yeah, let's talk about his articulation going forward. As we can see here, put all the stuff down. So he pretty much is everything of the Spider-Man Renew Your Vows, just very nimble, honestly. When it comes to his head, of course, he can rotate 360. His movement looking up is pretty high, which is nice. Looking downward, when it comes to his shoulders, he has a very nice wingspan. Also, 360 shoulder rotation. We do have butterfly shoulders, which is so nice. I really love it. Of course, bicep swivel. What is it? Or pinless. I really love that, the fact that this comes with pinless double jointed elbows. Wrist hinge right here and wrist swivel, which is super nice. He does come with a little hula hoop. What is it? Or actually, hula hoop waist, which is super nice, yeah, because a little rotation. He does have ab crunch a lot going forward and also going backwards, which is super nice because if you think about it, like he's just leaping from the air with his batons, which is so awesome. I can't wait to display him in ways like that. He does have a lot of mobility when it comes to his hips. He does have thigh swivel right here, pinless double jointed knees, which is nice. He does come with shin movement right here, and also ankle pivot and right here, and he has toe movement right here, which is so awesome. I love it. I love that. Like I said, I love the body sculpt, but I just wish that it came with an additional head sculpt and that the paint job was a little bit better, honestly. But yeah, let's move on to the next figure. Let's talk about Elektra. Stay tuned. So next up, we are going to be talking about Elektra. I really like the design, that all white for this figure. I did not purchase the last Elektra, which was all red, but this will do. I really love this, which is crazy going with the art or the sculpting. I really like how her hair is like blowing in the wind, as you can tell right here as well with the bandana. I know it's all white background, but I'll show you right here. The bandana is whisking in the wind too with her hair. I really like that. That's super awesome. There's really not much when it comes to this figure as well. It's just, besides this and her hair, everything else is a paint job basically. As you can tell here, all these little things right here are all painted on, as well as throughout her leg. She's just very bland, you know. But I really like the sculpting of her hair, all that little, let me get a little closer look, all those little designs in her hair, which is super awesome. It just, you know, it stands out. And like I said, I really love how her hair is blowing as if it's been blown by the wind, and also her bandana. But let's talk about her accessories really quick. So she does come with an additional head sculpt, and I really like this. It's super crazy. Hair, it's just wilding out, honestly. It's like my morning Sundays, honestly, with me eating some cereal, watching some cartoons. But anyways, let me put this on this figure really quick. All right, and here is head sculpt on the body. This is super nice. I really love it. Just that crazy hair style just pops out, honestly, for this figure. And for both head sculpts, I really like the details that go for the head sculpt. As we can tell right here, we can see, you know, just the blue eyes, you know, the red lips. I really like the small little details like that. That's super nice. It pops out. Everything on this is like color wise is popping out, like the black with the blue with the red with the skin tone. It makes it everything like super nice. So she also does come with an additional set of hands right here, fisted hands, which is awesome. I like that. But here is where my grab goes for this Elektra figure. She has two sets of weapons, one being a scythe, two sets of scythes. I like them a lot, but as you can tell right here, they came bended. I just feel like Hasbro, I feel as though like Hasbro, they're going with very cheap quality material to where it just doesn't keep straight. Like, they're very bendy. I mean, you can try and mold it back to where it can stay straight, but like it just you know, it sucks that we have to deal with that as you know, fans, especially the one, you know, for those that bought this 3-pack. Like, I don't want to have my weapon accessories look super like toyish. Like, I want it to look nice. Like, it's so like it's a big gripe. She also does come with a katana. This right here is pretty awesome. I really like that. Just the designs right here as well. The small little details, as you can tell. You can't really tell right here, but I just really like this katana. It's super nice. I think this defeats the purpose of those bendy scythes weapons. But yeah, those are her accessories. Let me basically show you her articulation. When it comes to this, she's does not have that much movement because of her long hair. Not that much head movement, as you can tell. When it comes to her, she does have 360 rotation for her shoulders, but because of her hair on this side, she can't really do much. Here, actually, let me talk to you about my paint job on this Elektra. The paint job on here, it's horrible. I just saw that right now. Terrible. But anyways, let's continue the articulation. She does have bicep swivel. She comes with pinless double jointed elbows, wrist hinge, of course, and swivel. When it comes to her abdomen, she can go forward, can go backwards. a lot of rotation as well. She does come with mobility in her hips. This little thing keeps moving, and I don't mind it, but it kind of, it's whatever. There is thigh movement right here as well. She does come with pinless, double jointed knees right there, and also, what is it? Ankle pivot. So, yeah, I mean, overall, this figure is you know, it's not bad, but I really wish that they could have added a little bit more to this. And the paint job was like, and majority of this figure is paint job. Not that much designing when it comes to it. Just this little robe right here, and of course her hair. But yeah, so let's go on to the last figure, Bullseye. Stay tuned. So last up, we have Bullseye. I really like the paint articulation when it comes to this figure. Just that black, blue chest with the white and the black stripes all around, especially the design of the bullseye on his forehead. Everything just stands out on this figure. I really love that. Of course, he has his his belt right there, which is sick. I really like the stripes, the black and white stripes all around his body. It just stands out. I love it. I love the paint articulation when it comes to this. And also that menacing look when it comes to his face, as we can tell right here. Let me bring it a little bit closer. Hold on. As you can tell right there, just that menacing, like, evil face with the chipped tooth right here, as you can tell. That's so awesome. I really love that. It just makes this figure stand out even more. But there are also some cons as well, which I'll go forward. This is mainly when it comes to his accessories. So let's talk about his accessories really quick. He does come with an additional head sculpt without his mask on. Like I said, just that like super menacing look right here, as you can tell. Here, actually, let me put it on the figure. Stay tuned. So here is the additional head sculpt that he comes with. Now, like I said, menacing. I mean, this head sculpt defines Bullseye. Just crazy, psychotic. I just love the details when it comes to this head sculpt. Like the bullseye right here, it was sculpted. Just that. Oh my god, like his just eyes being super crazed out to his just menacing just grin, like smiling with this chipped tooth right there. That's so awesome. I really love just the paint details too, and the sculpting when it comes to his cheek linings and all that. It's just those small details stand out, like the crunching when you're like snarling right there, that little lining right there. It's just, this figure looks super awesome. I love it. But let me put his original head sculpt on and keep talking about his accessories. So Bullseye comes with 2 additional sets of hands, one being like gripping hands, to where he can grip like his weaponries, which is so nice. Right here, he does originally come with fisted hands, but I really dig the accessory hands that it comes with right here. As you can tell right here, he has these accessory hands where he's throwing knives out of his hands. At first I was kind of confused. I thought they were attached from a far distance, but as you can tell right here, these are just like little details to where it's, kind of articulating that he's throwing the knives out of his hands, which is super nice. I like that. He also comes with a shooting triggered fingered hand, which is super nice. But I really want to pop in those blades really quick onto the figure, so stay tuned. So here's a figure with the knife throwing accessory hand. I really like it. It's super awesome. Oh my god, when I think of Bullseye, I just he's so crazy, man. I love it. He also does come with an additional knife for weaponry, which is awesome. Right there. We can put it in his belt line right back here. Just whoop, go right there. But my one gripe, and this is my one gripe only for this figure, is why the hell would you give him a drop holster for a gun, but yet no accessory weapon gun? That really pisses me off, you guys. That right there just goes to show the lack of Hasbro when it comes to these accessories. Like, why, we're paying all this money, but yet you give us a knife, but no gun, but you give us a drop holster gun. What am I supposed to do with that? Like, that's like, if it's like going into battle with no gun, and you're expecting to go into warfare, right? It's just dumb. I think they did a dumb thing by doing that. Thanks, Hasbro, first off. But let me get off my gripe. Let's talk about his articulation. So let's just start with the head. He can look up. Let me focus really quick. There you go. He can look downwards, pretty low. When it comes to his shoulders, he has butterfly wing shoulders, which is super nice. I like it a lot. When it comes to his rotation, he does have 360 shoulder rotation. Comes with bicep swivel. I don't know why, but they give Bullseye pinned double jointed elbows, which is, why would you do pinless for the other two but pinned for this figure? That doesn't make any sense. Stupid. Pinned double jointed elbows. Sorry, I'm on my gripe again. Wrist hinge and swivel. When it comes to his abdomen, he can go all the way forward, all the way back. He does have hula hoop swivel right here on his lower hips. He has a lot of mobility on his hips as well, going this way. He does come with bicep swivel. He comes with pinned double jointed knees right there, and ankle pivot. This figure is amazing. I really like it, but yeah, small little details like that where it's missing a gun for his holster first off, and it just grinds my gears, honestly. Like I said, there's a lot of pros and cons when it comes to this figure. I really like the throwing accessory knives on his hand, which is awesome. But yeah, you guys, I'm gonna give you final thoughts on these three figures. Stay tuned, you guys. Alright, and we are back, you guys, for a final conclusion. Okay, so first off, I like these figures, but there's also gripes, right, when it comes to these figures. Hasbro, stop playing with our emotions, and I'm going to tell you why. You gave us half figures, meaning some of them, not even some of them, you play with our emotions by giving us some accessories. Like with Bullseye, let me just start with him, with his accessories. You give us a gun holster with no gun, but yet you give us a knife with a knife holster. What's up with that? I love this figure. Like, I love the paint job, the black, the white, the blue. It stands out. I love these the accessory hands with the knives coming out. because it is Bullseye. You know, he is an assassin, right? A hitman, basically. But why no gun? I mean, why go all the way to basically giving us a gun holster with no gun? Thanks, Hasbro. Stop playing yourself. Man, you're playing with our emotions, honestly, with this. And also with like Daredevil, like I love Daredevil. Like, just the first off, I really love the fact that this figure is the same body sculpt as Spider-Man's Renew Your Vows body sculpt. But I feel like by now that should be the center fold of every figure going forward. That same body sculpt, honestly, because one, it gives us as fans different ways to maneuver the figures to where we can take different photographs, or we can basically, like, you know, just display them, you know. That I really love about this Daredevil. But cons, why didn't you give us an additional head? You gave us a Bullseye head, additional head, and an additional head for Elektra, but no Daredevil additional head. That doesn't make any sense. I would have loved to see an accessory head, an additional accessory head, to where he's like, you know, in angry fight mode where he's just yelling. But sadly you don't, which is like, it sucks, you know. And another thing, I like the fact that it's all red. That's how I kind of imagine Daredevil. But just the paint job when it comes to like the differences with the red when it comes to his whole costume, and the DD in the middle for his iconic Daredevil symbol, right? It just doesn't stand out. Like I can barely see it if I'm from far away. It's just, I don't know. It's some gripe with the paint articulation. Like, it's 50-50. I feel like they could have done a better job with that, honestly. But let's go with Elektra. I like Elektra's just the head sculpt, just the hair details stands out. I really love it, especially with the second head sculpt where her hair is just like lioness, like just everywhere. But the thing that it lacks is just details, honestly. Besides that, like, everything else is basically, besides the skirt, it's just plain Jane paint job, like just plain paint all around. And another thing is that the accessories that it comes with the scythe, they were bendy when I first opened it. Why do we have cheap quality accessories for the amount that we paid for these figures? I don't get it. I honestly don't get it, Hasbro. What are you doing? Like, stop it. Honestly, stop playing with my emotions. I know I'm not the only one that feels the same way. It's just sad to see that, you know, we put so much, you know, money into this company, and yet they just shit on us. Honestly, like, it's not fun. It's not funny either. Like, I know I'm not the only person, like I said, but I don't know if I can make a difference. But I just want to showcase my thoughts on it. But the overall, let's rewind it back. I like these figures, and I'm glad that I can display them in my collection. Cause, you know, I didn't have the chance to buy the original ones that came out a couple years back for each one of these, right? And they're going for so much more. So I'm just glad to actually have these in my collection. But like I said, there are a lot of gripes that come with these this 3-pack as well. But I want to know what you guys think about these figures. Do you like them? Do you not like them? Do you have gripes with them like how I do? Share down on the comments down below. And man, until next time, you guys, keep it G for life.